It was the nicest thing. VAR is so boring talking about. So sometimes help you, sometimes not. I think the VAR, the UEFA created for what?
Hi Pep, David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. Do you have any concerns that the way you went out on Wednesday will have a negative impact on the rest of the season and the title bid? Or are your players mentally strong enough to block it out just as they did last season and overcome that disappointment straight away?
Before the game, never know how we are going to play, how we're going to react in that moment. I don't know. So we were out in other times in competitions 2 times before here, and we react well. But really, I don't know.
Hi Pep, Jamie Jackson here. You were incredibly dignified after the defeat or being knocked out on Wednesday. You took it really well. Is that because you're conscious your players are looking at you for leadership now that you've got this game tomorrow and then the derby on Wednesday? It's important to show the right way to react.
Yeah. Honestly, we are sad, so sad. So we have the incredible illusion to go through. But also I give credit from Tottenham how good they are. So for me, I'm more, my expectation for myself, they are lower than the people believe in our expectation, or my expectation. So I'm happy to qualify for the Champions League next season. We are ready. For me, I said many times, it's a huge success. And go to the stage and go to finals is incredible success. And for me, I feel a real emotion and real proud to play the way we played in 2 games, especially the second one, the way we never give up and no surrender and go until the end. But sometimes football, it's not my time when it happened in my career. So in Barcelona, my last season against Chelsea was incredible how I was out in these 2 games and we are out. Against Atletico Madrid, my last year in Bayern Munich, my 3rd season there, so with 1-0, we incredible, good playing, create chances, miss a penalty, and 1 shooting target for Atletico Madrid, you are out. So the second half was incredible, they create with chances, and they create, the goal and 1 action from Llorente. What can I say to my players? Absolutely anything. So, but it's the same, we have to analyze what would happen if Sergio scored a goal in Tottenham. The people say that. Maybe we lose 4-1. Who knows? No, maybe VAR, the action for that, the hands, the handball from Llorente, maybe they scored 2 more goals in the last 15 minutes. I never know what happened after that. Of course, in that situation with so tight, the influence of that decision is massive, is huge. But how we react there in Tottenham after 1-0, after miss the penalty, was top. Of course, we concede a lot of goals. We score 4 goals, and we, concede 3, and we concede 5 goals against Monaco here. We concede 3. We have to improve in that. Have to improve in defensive department in this kind of stages to be more solid. But in general, we want to take that to try to react well for the last, especially this week.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. So you had the Monaco tie. You had the Liverpool League game at Anfield last season, which was 4-3. You had the 3-0 in the Champions League at Anfield, and now this game. Is this a concern then? I think you just mentioned it. It was that sort
for tomorrow.
Well, just generally that defensively maybe you could be a little bit better.
Our numbers in defensive are incredible. But we concede a lot, but we score a lot. And after that, when we play in Tottenham, the people have Pep, he adapt. He's not himself. How he defend, how he defends so tight. He doesn't attack. He's scary. And the people don't think how many players come back from injury. You have 2 days of regeneration, the new stadium. If we have the kind of game we played here, away in Tottenham, where we lose 3 or 4-0, we have to remember the game of the season in Chelsea and in Anfield with 3 shoots and target, 3 goals. In the first shoots and target, 3 goals. Of course, you have to improve. But our play, the way we play, when we have scored already 154 goals, when we show a good game for everybody, for you, for the spectators all around the world, that is not going to change. It's not enough to go through. I'm sorry, guys. So next season we're going to try with do it. It's always what I've done. So my period, that is my 10th season. Imagine always were like this. In a good moment, in my moments, we were honest in the way we want to play. Of course, we want to improve. Of course, we have to avoid that mistake. We knew it. We talk it. You know, it's not the first time. Okay, we have in the past. You have to be focused on that, but happened. So the people make mistakes, my friends. So they play and make a good action and bad action. You have to accept it. But the way they, afford it all season, not just these specific games, and the way I'm proud. So I like to see my team play the way they play. I'm sorry, I like it. I prefer to play like this, like many countries that I was out sometimes in semi-finals of the Champions League. So one stage above this one, my previous teams, it was not good. Really was not good the way we played. And I now have a lot of regrets. But in this situation, we did everything. So that's
Hi,
all.
Pep, Ian Laden from the Daily Mail. Just to touch on something you mentioned earlier about trying to win all 4 competitions and playing strong teams back in November and December, and how it now maybe starts to catch up a little bit. You're the only manager of the top teams who really plays strong teams all the way through the FA Cup, all the way through the Carabao Cup. Does that have to change for next season for you?
Well, do you see the team tired last game?
So you said earlier that you didn't have time, for example, to prepare properly for Barcelona, for Tottenham, because you played against Brighton.
Yeah, so because we semi-final the FA Cup, we are going to through to the garbage the FA Cup next season, to play in maybe this stage. I don't understand my profession to play one game to say I don't want to win it. Never it's going to happen. Never happen. I don't understand my profession. So if I lose, it's because the opponent beat me or beat us like it came. I'm not going to schedule. I'm going to drop this competition to that because maybe in the future it's going to get better. I don't know it's going to happen in the future. The present is this game. I'm going to try to win. It's going to happen always. In next season, I will sign right now. Stay in these stages. 3 days ago, fighting for the 4 titles.
Okay.
That would be my dream.
Not suggesting that you want ever to lose a football match. No coach ever wants to lose a football match, but your selections are routinely stronger for those smaller cup competitions than other top teams.
FA Cup play a lot of players. Play Eric Garcia, play Phil, all games, play Aro, and that's competitions. And the FA Cup, sometimes we need it, for example, against Newport, it was FA Cup or how about the confusions? FA Cup Newport. So a team will play long balls. I needed Fernandinho there in that position because the team is incredible, and I want to go through the FA Cup. And in that moment, Dino felt good, and maybe if that's injury just for the next rounds, okay, play Gundogan or we'll play another one in that position. We cannot forget we cannot control the Kevin De Bruyne injured 6 months or 7 months at that, or Mendy injured 6 months. So it's happened, but I don't know really, honestly. I don't know. It would have been differently. In this stage, we have been better at physicality. So I think we arrived quite well against Tottenham away at home. The only problem, we have time because a lot of competition, the schedule it is, and outdoor competition, of course, you have more time. You go to Marbella or go to Abu Dhabi or go to another to take sun 1 week. We don't have time to go there because we play all the competitions, and I love it. I like it to be there. I'm sorry to be there. I like it.
A separate question. Does the law on handball need to be clarified? Because it seems to me that some referees will only give a handball if the hand is there. Some referees will give a handball if the hand is there. It seems to change from game to game. Do you think we need a definite clarity on what is handball? Because that might have influenced a decision on Wednesday night.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, but it might happen again.
No, it's too late. Maybe in the meeting the UEFA are going to clarify in August. Of course, I will not be there, but they can tell us. So I don't know, really, honestly.
So do you understand fully the rule?
Sorry?
Do you fully understand the rule?
No. I don't follow the rules. I trust a lot with the referees.
No, but as a football person, do you understand the handball rule? Because I'm not sure that I do anymore. Do you understand it?
In this specific action?
Generally, do you know from game to game what is handball and what is not handball?
I think my colleague Thomas Tuchel can see the same. From semi-final, 80 finals, the last minute against the United is out for that action. The first penalty against Schalke, it was hands, it was handball, it was given. So in this case, it was not given. So why? Really, I don't know. But it's what it is. My opinion, it was I was given after the game in the press conference. So when I said what I said, so first congratulate Liverpool. That's all. In one angle, the referee cannot see it. In one angle, is handball. So and after that, what can I say? So nothing. So good luck Tottenham. So and Ajax and move forward. So. It's what it is. Also, what I said before with your colleague. So just try to not make mistakes with VAR. That's all. It's what it is. We play for a lot of effort here for that situations. But accept it. Sometimes, like I said, I go through for wrong decisions for the referee. It was in our favor. In that case, was against. Accept it. So with football, it's live. So. It's not nice to the message for everybody, especially for our game tomorrow, to think about what would that happen differently. I don't know. So maybe it's strange. I don't know. For 1 inch we're out. For one handball maybe we're out, or maybe not. Maybe after 10 minutes Tottenham attack like an animal and score 3 goals in 5 minutes. Maybe happen, or maybe not. I don't know. So with the reality, make a debate. What happened in the performance, just in this case, I think it's ridiculous. Because football is so nice, the game was so nice, so open, how they start in diamond after change with line, the problems they create in the first minutes and no control the counter-attacks, how the way you react. It was the nicest things. VAR is fucking boring talking about. So sometimes help you, sometimes not. I think the VAR, the UEFA created for what? For help to the referees, to be more fair for these kind of decisions, do it. What can I do? Try to concede less goals in these stages, try to be more solid defensively when we are so solid during the season, even at top sides. At the end, Tottenham was top side, but it was Chelsea, it was Liverpool, and all the games we were so solid. It's a competition in itself, that make a knockout and you play for the minutes. And the way we played, my feeling, maybe will not be good for the next season, my feeling is in these stages, every season we compete better. We are a better team. We are more solid. We still create a lot of chances. No team create that chances in Europe like we are able to create in any end. That's why we scored a lot of games. That is I like to see my team. Like I'm going to defend until the last day are here. But unfortunately, we are not in the next stage.
Hi, Pep, Jack Gordon from the Mail. How important is it to remember that this could still be the club's most successful season ever if you win 3 trophies?
It's the same when I say win a quadruple. So my mind is focused, is being with we have in our bodies in tomorrow 12:30. I'm, believe me, dreaming about triples or quadruples before. It's the fact we are fighting for that. That's good. But now it's Tottenham tomorrow, and after 1 day off and prepare Old Trafford. That is the end. And after we'll see what happened and we are going to ask. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to analyze my performance on my team for 1 inch offside or for one hypothetical handball, my analysis on my team during 11 months. If you expect that, say it is good team or bad team, have success or not, my analysis. For that reason, you are not be with me. You are not going to find me in that way. It's impossible. I said before that games and the other one is incredible what we have done so far. This team people forget November, December, January, every 3 days playing games, and the way we compete in any stages, in any circumstance with the problems we had in the season. Like all the teams have problems, of course. So no. I am sad when we play against Newcastle away the way we play. They are not my friends. That I'm not a good manager with them now. But when it happened, when we prepare and they do it, how they suffer, the reaction in the locker room after the game, how they said they are. What can I say? For one hand, maybe the referee is being shown for a different angle, and maybe for 1 inch, offside, they're going to change my view about my team. For that reason, we are a disaster team and a good team. No. There are a lot of things good of that team. They show in terms of honesty, defend the spectacle, always to try away at home to make a good spectacle for the other ones. When facing teams that just defend, and we are going to try to do it. So I love it. I like my team. So I'm proud. So it's not enough. Okay, we'll try next season or with other managers in the future or other players. But I'm satisfied with what we are. And tomorrow I want to see the same with my players. Even hard, even in tough moments, it doesn't matter. That's why we are professional. That's why we are, you know me, that's why we live in incredible life in these facilities, in an incredible club. We have to do it again and again and again without excuses. The opponent is better, Tottenham is better again. Shake hands again when we did it. Congratulated all my staff, myself to the staff for the opponents, the players. Congratulate the Tottenham players, and go to Old Trafford next one.
James, last one, mate.
Hi Pep, James from the Standard. Kevin De Bruyne said this week that you are obsessed with perfection. How close is this team, this squad, to perfection for you?
Perfections never get. Never. But you have to try to achieve it. But never. Because perfection will be 4-0. It was 4-3. Or 7-0. We create chances to score 7. So the perfection doesn't exist, but you have to try it. So if you don't correct the mistake is coming again. You know? And even correcting, even talking, the mistake is coming again. So, but you have to. So I like when my players say it for our staff, not myself, our staff. Oh man, again and again they are here and doing that and that and that. I like it. That is the only way. I know to be every single day, every single year, arriving the last stages, being there. So that is where we are.